Hello, my dear students. Today we will discuss some of the important objectives that is from pre-stress concrete. Okay, already I made 4 video lectures on this pre-stress concrete. Okay, I solved nearly 60 questions, objective questions. First watch those videos, then after that one you can jump to this one. Okay, so we will start with the first question. That is, the ultimate strength of the steel used for pre-stress is nearly 250 Newton per mm square, 500 Newton per mm square, or 415 Newton per mm square, 1500 Newton per mm square. Okay, so usually the correct answer for this one is 1500 Newton per mm square. This is the correct answer. Okay, usually what happens in case of pre-stress concrete members, the usually losses that is happened, it is in the range of 100 to 250 Newton per mm square. This much of losses that will happen. If you are using only 250 Newton per mm square, all the losses will be happens. The losses here will be there is no extra stress will be available in the steel, in the tendons. Get up what I am telling. That's why the maximum ultimate strength of steel used for pre-stressing is in the range of 1500 Newton per mm square. Okay, you have to remember this one. Next. Okay. In post-tension pre-stress concrete beam, the end block zone is the zone between the end of the beam and the section where. Okay, what is telling the post-tension pre-stress concrete beam, the end block zone is the zone between the end of the beam and the section where no lateral stresses exist, only longitudinal stresses exist, only shear stress exists, the shear stress at maximum. Okay, according to Saint Vinet, the end block zone is the zone where is the zone between the end of the beam and the section where only longitudinal stresses are exist. Okay, only longitudinal stresses are exist. For this one is the correct answer. B is the according to Saint Vinet. Okay, only longitudinal stresses are exist. This is the which is the correct answer. B is the correct answer. Next. If the loading on a simply supported pre-stress concrete beam is uniform distributed load, the centroid of the tendon should be preferably. Okay, what is telling? According if the loading is UDL, how the centroid of tendon is asking? The straight profile along the centroidal axis? No. The straight profile along with the lower curve? No. The parabolic profile with convexity downward? Yes. The circular profile with okay. Already you should know what is load balance. According to the load balance constant, how the cable profile will be provide means if this is the loading. Okay, means if the BMD is like that. Okay, always how the cable profile will be provided means mirror image of BMD. How will provide mirror image of BMD. So if it is like that, its cable profile will be like that. The parabolic profile with the convexity means for this one is convexity outward. The mirror image will be convexity downward. Means the parabolic profile with convexity downward. Means which is the correct answer for this question. With C is the correct answer for this one. Is the correct answer. C is the correct answer for this question. Okay. Next. Okay. Pre-stressing of indeterminate structures should take care of the following. Okay, the pre-stressing of an indeterminate structure should take care of the following: high strength concrete, high tensile steel, load balancing, or partial safety factor. Select the correct answer using the code given below. He is telling which are the options correct for the above question. Pre-stressing of indeterminate structure should take care of the following. What are the it should take care? Yeah, definitely high strength concrete should be there. High tensile steel it should be also there. Next, load balancing. Okay, this is used for determinate structures. This is for determined structure and this will not there. Partial safety factor with this one you have to consider. Which is the correct answer? 1, 2, 4. The answer for this one is 1, 2, 4. C is the correct answer. Okay, here we are going to in determined structure we are going load balancing concept. So in case of indeterminate structure we are going concordant cable profile. Okay, so for this one which is the correct answer? C is the correct answer. High strength concrete, high tensile steel, and partial safety factor. Okay. Next. In pre-stressed concrete, high grade concrete is used for, okay, again and then, again this question is repeating. In pre-stressed concrete, high grade concrete is used, controlling the pre-stress loss, or having concrete of low ductility, having concrete of high brittleness, having low creep. This is the correct answer. The correct answer for this one is controlling the pre-stressing loss. We have to controlling the pre-stressing loss. Okay, the answer for this one is A is the correct answer for this question. Okay, we'll move for this question. In the limit state design of pre-stressed concrete, okay, in the limit state design of pre-stressed concrete structure, the strain distribution is assumed to be, how the strain distribution, okay, in the pre-stressed concrete already we have done the assumption. What is it one? The transverse section remain plane before bending and after bending. So for that one, which is the correct answer? The answer is A is the correct answer, that is linear. Okay, so answer A is correct answer. According to assumption, he is telling the transverse section remain plane before bending and after bending. So it is the linear, non-linear, parabolic, parabolic rectangle. No, so correct answer for this one is, that is linear. A is the correct answer for this question. Next, concordant cable profile is, what it is? A cable profile that produces no support reaction due to pre-stressing, or cable profile which is parabolic in nature, a cable profile which produces no bending moment at the support, or cable profile laid corresponding to axial stress diagram. Which is the correct answer? Usually concurrent cable profile means it is a cable profile which produces no support reaction due to pre-stressing. A is the correct answer. Means with the, when there is no external load, the C line will matches the P line. C line will matches the P line. Means concurrent profile means that produces no support reaction due to pre-stressing. The answer for this one is A is the correct answer for this one. Which one of the following method is employed to manufacture pre-stressed concrete sleepers in the railway? Which method? Concrete sleeper के लिए which method we are supposed to use? Post tensioning or pre-tensioning, or pre-tensioning followed by post tensioning, or partial pre-stressing? Which one is the method? Okay, we are going to use pre-tensioning. Okay, here I think you remembered in the last lecture it's already told, that is Hoyer method. I mean the mast construction we are going for, that is Hoyer method. Yes, which is the correct answer for this one? Which is the for mast which one is telling for railway sleepers means for we are using B, pre-tensioning method, the Hoyer method we are using. Okay. Next, M40 concrete is preferred to M20 concrete for pre-stressed concrete. 2. What is telling? First option is to overcome the bursting stresses at the end, or to avoid brittle failure of the concrete, to eliminate the effect of shrinkage, or economize the use of cement. Which is the correct answer? To usually what happens, M40 concrete is preferred in case M20 to overcome the bursting stresses at the end, because we are introducing high stresses, there will be bursting action happens at the end. Okay, so now to avoid that one, in order to reduce the shrinkage, we are supposed to use M40 concrete to overcome the bursting stresses at the end. So answer for this one, A is the correct answer. Okay, we'll move for the next one. Okay, which one of the following system of pre-stressing is suitable? Which one of the following system is suitable for pre-stressing for pre-tensioned member? Which one of the following system of pre-stressing is suitable for pre-tension member? Tell me, you can tell me this answer. Is this Fresnel system, or Magnell-Blanchet system, or Hoyer method, Gifford-Udall method? Just now discussed. You have to remember this one. Okay, for pre-tensioning there are two methods. First one is, that is individual method. Okay, only one single beam is casted. Or second one is Hoyer method. Means in Hoyer method, that is mass construction will be there. Means at a time number of beams are casted. Means we have to do, this is the system is like that. So this is the one slip, one beam like that, and tendons are like that. Okay, this is the pre-stressing method. Okay, and this Fresnel system, Magnell-Blanchet system, Gifford system, these are all post tension method. So is what he's asking? He is asking pretension. So for this one, pretension is the correct answer. This OR method is the correct answer. Means C is the correct answer for this question. Okay, I think next objectives we will study in the next video lecture. Okay, so I request watch all those videos, lecture 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the 5th lecture. Okay, thank you one and all.